Hello everybody and welcome back to War on the Sea. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight, we are getting right into the action. We're not going to play around, we are going to get right out here and do what we do. So, first thing we got to do, go in here, kick on everybody's surface search radar. As you guys know, in the last episode I had some technical difficulties. Turns out it wasn't actually my fault. Found out that it was actually OBS doing stupid things once again, where OBS decides that it knows best and updates and somehow manages to completely screw up my microphone. So it wasn't my fault. I thought it was my fault, but it wasn't. But anyway, we're going to have these guys form up in a line-ahead formation. And we will have South Dakota at the front, actually. So let's do that. Okay. We know that the enemy is up to our north. You guys saw them in the last episode. So we're going to be heading up this direction to try to intercept. Alright, so let's go ahead and start the engagement. You can see we are already firing. Let's go ahead and hold. There are 6 destroyers here. Lots of torpedoes between them. They are Japanese after all. It looks like quite a few older destroyers. And a few newer destroyers sprinkled in there. So, that is something that's going to be interesting. We can go ahead and break that. Just have break and turn to navigate. Close the distance up this direction as fast as you can. Hoping that everybody falls in line relatively well, given the fact that I'm keeping everybody in the same formation. Well, I'm changing their formation, but they're all still going to be in formation. So hopefully the computer is much better at figuring that out. But we have engaged directly. We've got some star shells going up from the enemies. I am a little worried about this, however. Looks like Alabama and Washington are about to have a collision. A little meeting of the minds. So I guess that kind of does that for us. But it looks like they're slowing down enough. Alabama might be able to get out of the way. Or South Dakota, sorry. Nope, they touched. They totally touched. Dadgummit. Hopefully that's the last one that we get into arguments with. But I think it's time to start identifying targets. What do you think? Go ahead, target. Target this person. We will go ahead and identify the ship. Alright, so identify. We know it's Japanese. We know it's a destroyer. This is an older one. Not the Momi. Could be the Minakaze. Got 3 launchers. I'll go ahead and call it the Minakaze. It is. Yeah, I think it's the Minakaze. Because we've got the 2 guns around the center stack here. Both stacks are angled. It's got the lower superstructure. Yeah, I think we're right. Alright, let's make sure that everybody is following South Dakota here. Looks like we've already scored some hits back here on this destroyer. Okay, let's go ahead and break that navigation again. Change that course to a more broadside course. And once again, highlight everybody and make sure that they are forming up on South Dakota. Go ahead and break the Kingfisher's orders here and navigate a little bit further away. I don't want them to get caught into AA, but I still want them to be able to spot for us. Now, we have underestimated the firepower of these destroyers in the past when we've taken on big groups of destroyers. So what we're going to try to do is not have that happen again, because they can, and do cause a lot of HE damage to us, causing a lot of fires, and those fires can quickly get out of hand. We've had that happen multiple times. So we're going to try to avoid that if at all possible. The Minakaze is slowed down to 12 kilometers or 12 knots right now. You can see they have been hit. We've got 3 destroyers that have been hit. So it's not a bad start. Got moderate damage and heavy flooding on the one. Minakaze's just minor. And actually it looks like only 2 of them been hit. Even though this one clearly looks like it's been hit. So this one's the heavier damage. This is the Minakaze. Okay, if we take a look at this guy and we try to identify him, this one is not a Minakaze. Still got the 2 stacks like a Minakaze, but the center gun has been replaced. So this is making me think of Wakataki. Nope, because Wakataki, he only has 2 launchers. So it's not a Wakataki. It is a Kamikaze. This is Kamikaze. Go ahead and switch targets to the closer target. Massive hit. That was a huge explosion. Magazine detonation on the Kamikaze immediately. You've got to believe that that's probably going to do it for that ship. Kamikaze, heavy damage, critical flooding. Minakaze, heavy damage, heavy flooding. That was a massive hit. All right. While that's going on, can't believe we started it out with like that, man. We've got to reduce to 12 knots. So I would imagine we're able to finish her pretty quickly here. Just 8,000 yards out from our battleship. You can see those secondaries are doing a pretty solid job. Target this ship. We will identify this as well. This appears to be another Kamikaze. No, it doesn't. This is a Wakataki. So this is the one we already saw. We'll go ahead and identify it as a Wakataki. See, this is the biggest difference. You only have 2 launchers. So we'll go ahead and call that a Wakataki. Washington, who you firing at? You don't have a target. Alright. Well, go ahead and target this person. And we will identify it as a more modern destroyer. Down goes Walkie-Talkie. Nice. So we know it's a more modern destroyer. We've got the armored dual turrets. So we've got Fubuki, triple launchers. This one only has 2 launchers. That's not Fubuki, not Akatsuki. It does appear that it's possibly a Hatsuharu. So we'll go ahead and call it a Hatsuharu. I don't know, that seems to be wrong. Let's double check. Okay, it is not a Hatsuharu because the rear guns are completely different. So let's keep looking. A Sashio. Or a Kagura. Doesn't seem to change it, so we'll go with it. South Dakota, who are you firing at? Still firing at Kamikaze. Would have thought Kamikaze would be down by now. She has recovered slightly. Considering she started out with an ammo detonation, I'm surprised that she's still afloat. Report. Critical and critical. So she's likely to sink. Heavy damage, heavy flooding. In terms of the Minakaze. Walkie-Talkie's already sunk. We've got Kaguro is critical and heavy flooding. We've got moderate damage and moderate flooding on number 5. So we have absolutely decimated this destroyer flotilla. Now that we're looking at South Dakota, let's go ahead and change targets. Go ahead and change targets. I want you to target this guy. They just dropped torps. We just saw them drop torps. All right. We need to immediately break our formation and turn hard. Okay? And hopefully the other guys will follow. All right? And now let's go ahead and identify this ship. We've got 3 triple launchers, or 3 quad launchers. This is probably a Akatsuki. Let's go ahead and identify it. We've got Fubuki. Let's just double check. It could be Fubuki here. We've got 2 guns up here. We've got these. Okay, what about the Akatsuki? What's the main difference here? The main difference is the funnel. So this is actually a Fubuki. So we'll go ahead and call it the Fubuki. And fire at will. We've gotten hits already from our secondaries. There's a whole lot of smoke out here from all these freaking fires that we got going on, these guys. Score some more hits. Circle our plane back. Alright, Fubuki is down. It did drop its torps, however. So now we're going to go ahead and target this ship here. And we'll classify it as well. 2 launchers. It is a modern destroyer. Or more modern destroyer. Alright, so it's not Fubuki, we know that. It's not Akatsuki, we know that. It's hard to identify it in so much smoke. Got a main gun here. Could be Hatsuharu here. It is not Hatsuharu because of the rear guns. Okay, moving on. Shiratsuyu. That's looking more like it. We're going to go ahead and classify this ship as Shiratsuyu. Whoopsie. I clicked off screen. Man, it was just luck that we happened to look at those guys right as they were firing their torpedoes. Go ahead and break your formation. I want you to turn. Oh, instantly knocked out his... Was that a 16-inch hit? I wasn't paying attention. Instantly knocked out his propulsion. He's down to 6 knots and slowing. Like, we have completely crippled this ship. He is a sitting duck. Alright, let's go ahead and look at the report. Kamikaze's still critical. Shiratsuyu is critical. I would say he's done already. But you know how it goes. We don't stop fighting until they go under. There's a whole lot of carnage out here. It's not a good day to be these destroyers, that's for sure. Big secondary explosion. Alright, Shiratsuyu down. Go ahead, change target to Minakaze. Minakaze's already been hit multiple times early on, so this won't take very long. We just scored another hit. That's reduced him down. Major secondary explosion. And down goes Minakaze. Alright, changing targets. Kagero. We're now firing AP out of the main gun. Let's go ahead and stop that. Cease fire with the main guns. And only fire with the secondaries. All right. South Dakota. Break your current orders. And now navigate up through this direction. You can see Kagero is not doing well either. He's on fire from one end of the ship to the other. It's not going to take much to finish him off. go ahead and cease attack on everybody else. Cease attack. Cease attack. Cease attack. Kagero is down. Change target, kamikaze. Secondaries, fire. We're going to be able to catch him pretty quickly because we've already reduced him down to 11 knots, so it shouldn't take that long to catch up to him. 5 DDs sunk and 1 to go. I'm going to go ahead and speed up time while we try to catch up to this man. We go ahead and break that and do a more conventional turn here so we can get more of our guns to bear. You can see off in the background our battleship looming large. He's only 7,200 yards. Not seeing where these shots are landing though. Kamikaze's back up to 17 knots. Alright, let's get Taylor and DeHaven to form up. God! Why is that? Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much. Alright, navigate out that way. Taylor, DeHaven, form up. Why is it doing that? I am not... Break. Break. I don't know, something's not right here. I think they screwed something up. 'Cause it's just not letting you do anything that you used to be able to do. I don't know, something's wrong with the forming up. Alright, go ahead, form you two up. There we go. Now we're working. We're going to navigate you guys straight up through the wreckage. And we need you to go as fast as you can. We're going to need you guys to chase this Kagero down, or this kamikaze down. San Diego, you're still firing. I mean, we're doing 17 knots, even though we should be able, or should be capable of 27. So, like, I don't know what's going on there. Let me double check our damage control here. Speed is only 70%. Why are we going so slow? Speed up. Looks like we've hit him again. We've reduced the speed back down to 12 knots. So that's a good thing. He was starting to get underway. Again, this is the ship. This kamikaze took an ammo detonation at the beginning of this fight and somehow managed to turn away and try to almost run out. We just hit him again. His speed is reduced down to 10 knots. Meanwhile, we're holding fast at 17 knots. in South Dakota. We've got some minor damage to the funnel. Oh yeah, forgot about that. That's why we're reduced. And down goes Kamikaze. There we go, folks. Go ahead, call it. Confirm. Nobody took any damage in this fight, except the enemy. So we did really, really well. We sank 6 ships, total of 9,500 tons, and we gained 18 new command points. Very well done. Very well done. Whoops, too far. Now, if you guys remember correctly, we have... Oh my god, quit clicking. We have a transport heading up here to Guadalcanal to hopefully help us secure this again. Like, I thought that this was the thing where you drop some troops off, they start fighting, and unfortunately that doesn't seem to be the case. The enemy has managed to get a new air base here, so maybe we take and... I don't know when they got that up, to be honest. But we're not going to destroy it. I want to take it. So we are going to leave it as is and see if we can't take them down. Our transport should be here pretty soon. As you guys remember, our carriers are heading back. Enterprise is heading back to get some new planes and stuff. And then, of course, Hornet was the carrier that got its butt kicked in the last one, taking some torpedoes. So we got to get Hornet back and get it repairing. So carriers currently out of the fight, but Flyboys 2 but Power Group 2 is up and running. We've got multiple subs down here. They are on their way back out, so that's good. We'll have some submarines in the area. And we have found another task force. This one is just 3 destroyers. You know the deal, folks. Let's begin. Alright, same deal. We're going to go with making sure everybody has their radar on. Alright. And then we're going to select South Dakota. And then have everybody form up on South Dakota after we set the navigation. We know they're out here somewheres. And everybody form up. There you go. Speed up. And start this engagement. We should spot them pretty quickly here. Go ahead and speed up time. Surprised we haven't seen him yet. Come on, guys. Don't be ramming one another. We know there are 3 destroyers out here somewheres. We've got a Kingfisher here. Let's go ahead and navigate him down here. As fast as you can, Kingfisher. given that it's only 3 destroyers, I may go ahead and separate let's take San Diego, Washington, or not Washington, San Diego, DeHaven, and Taylor, and form their own division. You can see we are taking fire already. We're gonna have you guys navigate up this direction too, and I want you guys to go as fast as you can. We know they're up here somewhere. Just gotta find them. I love how we have radar and they can outspot us without us being able to see them. It's an interesting thought. Now this was early in the war, so maybe the radar isn't as good as it is by the end of the war, but still. Like, my radar should be picking them up, especially if they're in visual range to shoot at me. We're much larger ships, I get that, but the radar should be able to pick them up. Of course, early on in the war, the radar wasn't trusted the way it was by the end of the war. And then, of course, after the war, radar just completely took over. We're about to have a collision. I don't understand it. Come on, turn. There you go. You guys are starting to evade one another. I don't even see. Oh, I saw a muzzle flash right there. Now we've got muzzle flash all along the horizon. We got him. We got him, boys. All right, let's pause. Go ahead. Target. Closest ship to us. We know they only have 3 destroyers. That is actually not the closest ship to us, but that is the closest one that is spotted, so we'll go with it. This ship appears to be a Kagero or a Sashio. Let's go ahead and identify it as such. It's actually not an Asashio or a Kagero. Interesting. Shiratsuyu? It's not a Shiratsuyu either. Then Hatsuharu. Alright. Hatsuharu it is. We are not firing at will. We are going to cease fire on the main guns, because we don't need to be shooting them with main guns. And we will fire narrow salvos of secondaries at them. South Dakota, change your navigation up this direction. Everybody else, break your current navigation and navigate straight up this direction. Washington, same thing. Go ahead and cease your attack, and then we will just target with the secondaries. Target this guy. Secondaries. Fire. Alright, now let's classify this, please. Alright. That is a much older destroyer. Got triple launchers. Looking like a kamikaze. So we got another kamikaze class destroyer here. South Dakota, what are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? Glad I noticed that. I have no idea why that was a thing. Like, he just turned straight towards our convoy. And then make sure that everybody else is following Taylor. Things are getting awfully weird over here. Says we've got a 60% solution at 15,000 yards. Maybe we cease our attack for now. Target kamikaze. Go ahead and cease the attack for now. Until we get closer anyway. DeHaven, what are you doing? I want you to go ahead and target kamikaze as well. Don't want you firing at will. Let's go ahead and cease your attack. No reason to waste ammo at these ranges. So we'll just close the distance on them. They're only doing 15 knots. So might as well go ahead and change target to this and get it identified real quick. And this does actually look like a Cogro or a Sasio because of the way the rear guns are. And it doesn't seem to matter which way you go here. We'll change back to the kamikaze. God darn it. That's not what I wanted. Warm up. You guys are getting all wonky on me back here in the back. I get it, South Dakota went all weird on us, but we need you guys to close. We don't have that much shells, that's why I was hoping that we can hold fire for a moment. These guys seem to be on a ramming course again. Go ahead, San Diego, go. Slow South Dakota down, let San Diego go by. Navigate back up this direction, please. I mean, we're doing 33 knots. We should be able to catch that kamikaze that was doing 15 knots. And we're doing 140 knots in our Kingfisher. I don't think we actually landed a hit. God darn it. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons today. Okay, they're going behind, so that's perfect. We have reestablished contact. We have kamikaze as well. What is our range on our main guns? Let's go weapons. Main guns, range 17,000 yards. We're currently at 12,000 yards, so we're at long range for our guns. Big surprise, right? You can see these two are breaking off and leaving the kamikaze to die, basically. Come on, Taylor. Need you to catch him. Alright, let's go ahead and have you navigate up this direction and slow your speed down to 100 knots. All right, we're down to under 11,000. So I think we're going to go ahead and We only got a 12% solution, so I don't want to fire yet. Maybe fire some star shells at them. See if we can't light them up a little better. Go. Instantly up to a 24% solution. Okay. Fire the guns. Do some spotting fire here. It's going to be a slower rate of fire, but should allow us to be a little more accurate, hopefully. Because we're still at quite a long range. And we don't have a lot of ammunition. That was actually really close. And fire a couple rounds of star shells off. There we go. Switch back over to HE. Go ahead and fire at will. look at the range of our guns here. Secondaries. Range is 17,392 yards. Okay. Let's go ahead and target the kamikaze then. Go ahead and stop and start forming a solution on the kamikaze. We're gonna have to be careful with Taylor here. We've closed to 8,000 yards to the target. We ought to start getting some hits here, hopefully. You can see kamikaze's got minor and moderate and moderate. They've all been hit at least something. Go ahead and speed up time. These guys are getting awfully close to leaving the engagement zone. Are we looking for rounds? Down to 7,000 yards. Go ahead and fire our secondaries at them. San Diego actually has torpedoes, but I don't think we're going to get to use them against destroyers, so. Taylor, I'm going to need you to turn out. You've got 2 destroyers headed for your location. San Diego, I'm going to need you to break formation and navigate up this direction. This is going to be your fight. Got rounds going all over the place over here. Instead of firing at will, let's go. There, we're getting some hits now. Orders, go ahead and break your orders, Taylor. I'm gonna have you start turning out a lot sooner. Hopefully we can get rid of Kamikaze really quickly here. We are scoring some hits finally. Taylor has taken some hits. How you looking, Taylor? Minor flooding or minor fires? That doesn't look very minor, does it? Just fires. Alright, let's go ahead and break your formation. Let's go ahead and navigate you away. DeHaven, break your current formation and navigate up this direction. Full speed, please. Give me all you got. Go ahead and navigate you back. We have reduced her down to 7 knots, so she's getting close. See Kamikaze's critical damage, heavy flooding. We'll have Taylor go ahead and cease fire. Kamikaze has disappeared. Kingfisher, I need you to come back this direction. We've reacquired target. Got her reduced to 5 knots. Come on, San Diego, hit your target, baby. South Dakota, are you firing? You are firing. Navigate up this direction. We've got the guns cycling pretty good on San Diego. We're going to go ahead and stop targeting Kamikaze now. And start targeting Kagero. Fire the guns. Oh no! We stopped targeting him, and then suddenly we hit the freaking Kagero, or start hitting Kamikaze like crazy. Go figure. All right, San Diego. Keep closing the distance. Setting an intercept course. Taylor, how you doing? You getting those fires under control? Come on now. Get those fires under control. We're gonna go ahead and hold fire for now until we get a little closer. Take a look at Kamikaze over here. Kamikaze's still getting shot at. Kamikaze's dead. Very nice. Alright, South Dakota. Need you to break your current orders. Navigate this direction. Washington. Need you to navigate this direction. We've got San Diego there. DeHaven. Break. Navigate this direction. You're going to target Hatsuharu. Washington, you are also going to target Hatsuharu. Kingfisher, please come back. Let's go ahead and stop targeting Kagero and target Hatsuharu. Hold your fire. You can see those guns rotating around. We are being fired upon, so go ahead and start firing back at them. How many rounds we got left in the front? 1,500 rounds, 3,700 at the rear. We have reacquired with the Kagero. I don't think we really have much. What is our range on our guns? This is not the DeHaven is a Fletcher class? Interesting. Okay, so not a whole lot we can do there. Taylor, how you doing? You getting those fires under control yet? Still got minor damage, still got fires all over the place. San Diego. Let's open up that angle a little bit. Get more of those guns to fire. San Diego, go ahead and pop off a few rounds of star shells for me. Okay, go back to HE. go ahead and further open up that angle. We do have star shells over the target. Let's go ahead, brake, and navigate out this direction. A lot closer. How many rounds you got? 576, 924. They are starting to turn again. So we definitely want to continue to close. Hatsuharu has minor damage and minor flooding. Alright. Brake. Navigate. Trying to track him down. How many rounds we got left? Still got plenty in the front and the rear. These guys are doing 27 knots, we're doing 30, so we're barely able to catch up to them. Okay, Washington. Go ahead and brake. Come down this way. And you are targeting Hatsuharu. Let's go ahead and fire HE with your secondaries. If these guys turn back towards us, I don't know if they're going to run like they appear to be getting ready to head out of the zone. So let's go ahead and break that and have San Diego turn straight across. Speed up some more time. I mean, we are closing slowly. Fire a couple more rounds of star shells off. All right. Gives us a better solution. Yeah, these guys are heading out of the zone, unfortunately. They might run away from us. Just unable to close the distance quick enough. Go ahead and cease fire. Taylor, how you doing? Still working on it. It's the thing about fires in this game, like they tend to, oh, that's not good. Fires on the depth charges. This is what I'm saying. Like, we can't put out the fires as fast as they spread in this game. Now we've got minor flooding. Now we've got magazine cooking. I don't know. Alright, let's go ahead and leave. We did sink one of the three. The other two got away. Cowards. You know how it is. Alright. So, let's speed up time and see if we can't, I know we're too far away. Actually, we might be close enough here to get some rocket planes off. Let's launch some aircraft real quick. Get some rockets. Done. Navigate. Up here. And speed up time. Okay, so what do we got here? Power Group 2 is being attacked by aircraft. We're still a long ways away with our transport. Begin. Just some zeros, it looks like. Air targets cannot be classified. Interesting. And we managed to shoot down all 4 of these Zeros. Washington did take some hits, but minor damage, pretty much inconsequential. 5-inch secondary, and gun director. Some slight damage, but nothing we can't handle. Go ahead and speed up time. Let these get healed up, or get these repaired. Glad they decided to go for the battleship. There you go. Retreat. Leave. Confirm. Alright. I'm going to actually take you guys and go shore bombardment. Because I'm tired of your aircraft. How about that? Alright, and on that bombshell, I think that's going to do it for this episode. I'm trying to keep these somewhat decent length, not crazy long, but not crazy short. Want to try to get as much done as possible. We've had multiple engagements with destroyers. So far, nothing crazy. No submarines in this one, thank God. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.